Hello, dear viewers. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here as we embark on this incredible voyage of discovery. Alex Collier's experiences have the potential to reshape our understanding of the universe and our reality, and your support can help spread this valuable message to the world. Before we delve deeper into Alex's wisdom, I kindly ask you to hit that like button below. It may seem like a small action, but your likes empower us to reach a wider audience. Doing so makes you an integral part of this community, united in our pursuit of truth. And while we're at it, why not hit that subscribe button too? By subscribing, you'll be notified whenever we release new videos, ensuring you won't miss a moment of Alex Collier's extraordinary insights. Trust me, you will want to see what's coming. Sit back and relax and listen to Alex Collier talking about how the new wealth will be distributed to humanity after the benevolent financial reset.
My question is regarding the benevolent global financial reset. You said the white hats are now in the process of collecting all of the gold that was stolen worldwide. How will the new wealth be distributed to the civilization? And Angela Smith-Wilbert says, will benevolence intervene?
I'm not sure I understand that last part. Will they intervene in what? The financial system?
Probably,
if that's your
yes.
question, the answer, huh? JP, what was that?
Probably yes. Will benevolence intervene in the distribution of new wealth, or also collecting all the gold that was stolen worldwide?
Okay. The answer to that question is a definitive no. They don't use money. Why would they assist us and proliferate that belief system here when they think we need to get rid of it? Which ultimately humanity will do. Now, getting back to the reset, we've known for years that the New World Order, the deep state, the cabal, wanted a one world government. We've known that for years. That's no secret. And in their plan, they always were moving towards a one world currency. We've known that for years. I've known about it for at least 30 years. So that's always been their plan. The technology wasn't there to do it. Now, that process was hijacked by white hats, primarily here in the United States. See, to make this whole New World Order thing work, they really needed the United States. But they didn't want the Constitution of the United States. See, that's always been in their way. Self-rule, individual liberties. That's a real problem for these monsters at the top, whose attitude is that none of us are smart enough to make any decision for ourselves. And that's literally how they see it. So, that process was hijacked. Here in the United States, (9/11) was really about a gold theft. A gold theft. And there's been a lot of other things going on as well, all over the planet. The idea was to restore the Republic, the organic Constitution of the United States, to establish a lawful currency which was asset-backed, not just paper and ink, and then to change the world that way, to change the entire financial system and to strengthen the concept and idea of capitalism around the world, giving each nation their currency back, the control of their own currency, so that they could make decisions for themselves and for their people, for the benefit of their people. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about this is that all of these nations, they know they're screwed in this old fiat currency system. They're screwed to the max. Absolutely screwed. Because they don't control their debt. They don't control their money. They don't control anything in their country. The central bank does. And the central bank takes their orders from someone else, not the people in the country. It's amazing to me how many people don't understand how the Federal Reserve works here in the United States. We borrow money from the Federal Reserve. If they print a $100 bill, we owe them $100 plus anywhere from 2 to 6% interest. The problem is they don't print the interest. It doesn't physically exist. So the only way to pay off the interest is to borrow more money. You see, that's perpetual debt. No one can ever be free of that. And in order to make things go along, well, you create a social security system. And then you borrow against the ability of a person to make a living over a period of a lifetime. You borrow money against that. Or you give mineral rights away that maybe you don't even own. Okay? You put that up as collateral. You put up national parks as collateral, and you call them UN zones. Okay? But there's leverage, okay? Somebody else has leveraged it. The central bankers create wars, and you commit your soldiers to fighting on behalf of the central bank system in order to either rape or pillage or to take control of assets in another country that refuses to succumb to the central bank and be raped and pillaged. There are all kinds of absolutely nefarious scenarios here. Each one of them true, each one of them have happened and continue to happen. This system is enslavement. Pure and simple. It was designed to be enslavement. It was designed to enslave the people. It was enslaved to take control of all property and mineral rights to everything. And in that scenario that I just laid out for you, this will be relevant to most Americans. We're now Native Americans. Okay, we're all living on a reservation. We're all on borrowed time because someone else holds the pink slip. And it isn't any of us. In fact, it isn't even our government. It's a foreign interest. So, something had to be done about that because they had begun to roll out 2030, Agenda 21, and then 2050. All you have to do is go to the UN webpage to find that out and what those entail. Something had to be done, which is why the white hats in this country went to Trump. Now, if you take away everything that you've been told in the press about this man, everything, and you put a match to it, it'll incinerate because it's all bullshit. He's a different personality. There's no question about that. But when it comes to loyalty to the United States, the guy's as solid as anybody can be. Literally, as solid as anybody can be. And that's why they went to him. They knew that if they could get him to run and he could win, we could turn this thing around. Because he's a fighter, he doesn't take bullshit from anybody, and he calls you out. He will call you out to your face. And that's brave, that's courageous, that's stupid, it's all of those things. But that's who he is, and that's the guy they needed. And look at how many of us have fallen in line. Because we were all thinking it as well. We all knew it. We probably had all talked to our friends about it who are of like mind. It just, we didn't have any idea how to flip this thing around. But we saw it happening. We saw the demise of the nation, the betrayal, the corruption. You know? We just didn't know how to fix it. And whatever you say about Donald Trump, he is a really smart guy. He is not an idiot. Not by any stretch of the imagination at all. You know, he definitely knows some shit. Now, I'm often asked, is he directly having contact? I will say this, he knows everything. He knows everything. So I'm going to answer that question just that way. He knows everything. We're going to be okay, guys. We're going to be okay. It's just, you know, that dark night of the soul. Well, that's where America is right now. We're in our dark night of the soul. Okay? And for those of us who have gone through it individually, you know, everything kind of just breaks down. And then we're forced to look at ourselves and reevaluate our lives. And, you know, you learn what works by what doesn't. And when you are clear about what doesn't work, then you just focus on the things that do, and you move forward. And you let those other things go. And that includes habits, belief systems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If they don't work, you get rid of them. And the universe will hit you in the head with a 2x4 until you get it. That's just how it works. Sometimes it's multiple lives. Sometimes it's one. But America is in her dark night of the soul. That's what this is. And we're going to come out of it with amazing enthusiasm, with a breath of fresh air, a huge breath of fresh air, and a totally renewed vigilance on the founding principles of this country. And as individuals, planet-wide, we will all be committed to unconditionally be responsible for ourselves without being coerced to accept some higher authority. In other words, the people will be in control, not a government. The people will be in control, not a government. Even when we create collectively as a humanity, the people will be in charge. We will not make this mistake again. Okay? We just got to play it out. We just got to play it out. And it sucks. It's ugly. It's a hardship on everyone. It's frustrating. It's scary. And hopefully it won't turn into a civil war here in this country. I mentioned in the last one that there were helicopters with sniffers on them. There's also aircraft, military airplane, fixed wing, moving around the country. Yes, they're concerned about dirty weapons being smuggled across the border from either Mexico or Canada or through containers, either in Houston, the East Coast, or the West Coast. Because these deep state cabal beings, they don't give a damn about people. They don't give a damn about people whatsoever. Because if they did, we wouldn't be here. It's all about power. It's all about winning. They will do whatever it takes to win and remain in power. Because if they're not in power, their ass is grass, pure and simple, and they know it. They're already being hunted. But when you're being hunted and you have no power, you're done. You're so done. And you got special ops groups from all over the world looking for your ass. Some teams that have been trained by off-worlders to hunt extraterrestrials on this planet. You're done. You're done. So they know it. So this is the last gasp here. This is it. This is, I'm trying to give you a clear picture here as best as I can about how all this is and what it really looks like. And I'm trying to give you the perspective of both sides so you understand clearly, because knowledge is power. And the better perspective you have of our present moment, the more easier it will be for you to breathe and understand how this is all playing out and why it's all playing out. Focus on what you want. Like I said earlier today, energy flows where your focus goes. Focus on what you want, not all this bullshit. Pay attention to it, but energetically, emotionally, invest in what it is you want. Because that's what you're moving towards. Okay? That's what we're all moving towards, is what we really want. And believe it or not, collectively, the benevolents already know what it is we want. We may not be clear about it here, but remember, they're coming from the future. They know what we're creating because it's already been created in their time. They're here just to assist, to make sure we stay on track. So focus on what it is you want. And try to stay grounded. And however that works for you, and that's what you have to do for you. Okay? And if you haven't got a clue, now's the time to figure it out. Experiment. Do different things. Break your normal pattern. Mix it up. Do something different. I don't know. Because we're all so different. But you can do this, guys. You can do this because we've done it. Okay, we've done this. A lot of us have come back in time to right a terrible wrong. We've already done this. We're just trying to remember what we did. We're just trying to remember what we did. But we're on track. We are totally on track. It's not the end of the world. Just not the end of the world. Okay? All right, JP, another question.
The righting of the terrible wrong. Yes. We still haven't gotten to what that wrong was or what the writing is.
Well, JP, if you knew, what would that be? If you knew, what would that be?
I'd say it's something to do with inventing time travel and using it and misusing it. But I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. I like that.
Remember, knowledge is power. With your help, we can bring this enlightenment to a broader audience. So please take a moment to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to tap that bell icon. Together, we can unlock the secrets of the universe and usher in a new era of understanding. Thank you so much for your continued support of Alex's work. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to see Alex Collier live via video stream, we host an online seminar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming online seminars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.